This tutorial is about for loop. In the last lesson, we learned about while loop. We learned that we use while loops to execute a block of code for multiple times. In Python, we have another kind of loop, and that is for loop. We use it to iterate over items of a collection, such as a string. A string is a collection of characters. So we can use a for loop to iterate over each character in a string and then do something with it. Here's an example. We start the for loop by typing for. Then we define a variable. Let's name our variable character. After that, we use in keyword. And after that, the string we want to iterate through. Let's say our string is Python. Now use the colon and hit enter. So we are inside of this for loop now. Here, in every iteration, one character gets stored in this variable. Let's print it and run this program. Here you go. We can see each character Python in the new line. That means our program is iterating through each character of this string. Let's have another example. This time we want to iterate through a grocery list. When we write a list of items in square brackets, for example, egg, rice, oil, separated by commas, it is called a list. Now for, then take a variable, let's call it item, then the in keyword, and finally the list. Use the colon and print item. Run the program. We can see egg, rice, oil, and all of these are in new line. That means we're iterating through these items. We can do the same for a list of numbers. For example, write for, then take a variable, let's call it number, then the in keyword. This time the list items are numbers. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the colon and hit enter. Then print number. Run the program. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means this for loop has iterated through each of these items. Now, if we want to iterate through 100 different numbers, this line is going to be too long. Instead, we can use the range function. Let's take 10 as the argument of this range function. Then run the program. We can see from 0 to 9, 10 numbers have been printed on the terminal window. That means range 10 means from 0 to 9, total 10 numbers. Instead of starting from 0, we can start from a specific number. For example, type 5 here, then separate it with a comma. Run it. This time, we can see that the number started at 5 and ended at 9. Along with the starting point, we can define the number of steps the range function will take. For example, if we write 2 here and then run the program, we will see that it started at 5. After that, it jumped to 7. That means it took 2 steps at a time because we assigned 2 here. After 7, it went to 9. Again, it took 2 steps. So this is how, using range function, we can start from a specific number. We can go till a specific number and we can specify the steps. Now I want you to write a program that iterates through bill. Then calculate the total bill and show it on the terminal window. So pause this video and try to solve it. And after that, resume the video to see my solution. We are going to consider the bills are in bills list. The first bill is 10, second one say 30, third one is 50, fourth one is 10 again, and that's it. Then declare a variable named total and set it to 0. We will use this total variable to calculate the total bill. After that, type 4, then type any variable. I'm going to use bill variable. Then in keywords, and the bills are stored in this bills list. Then use the colon and hit enter. Now we are inside of the for loop. Type total equal total plus bill. At the beginning the total is 0, so 0 plus bill. That means this 10 will be stored in the total. In the second iteration, total already have 10. With it, the 30 will be added because in the next iteration the bill is 30. So it will be added with 10. In the same way, 50, then 10 will be added to the total bill, and finally we will get the total bill. Instead of writing it in this way, we can also use augmented assignment operator. Now exit from this loop and print total. Then run this program. We can see total is 100. So instead of just printing the value, let's use formatted string. I hope you remember that formatted string starts with F. Then we write whatever we want to write inside of the quotation. So this time I want to write total bill colon, then a dollar symbol. Now inside of the curly brackets or second bracket, we can put the variable. So our variable is total. Now if we print, we'll see that total bill $100. So now we can use for loop in Python. Let's go to the next lesson.